Hello, my friends. We're going to continue our conversation on A Course in Miracles. And today we're going to skip all the way. We were in chapter 9 for about a week or so. We're going to skip all the way to chapter 30, the new beginning, to section 5 and the first paragraph. Not any of that, probably just the first two sentences, maybe three sentences, maybe a little more. We'll see how it goes. I mentioned before my recent intuitive approach to studying the course, and that it used to be from when I very first started reading the course decades ago, early 1990s. Started at the beginning, working my way through. Sometimes I made it through. Most often, I didn't. For a long time, it was the same with the workbook that I would start the lessons, um, put it aside for various reasons. I think most people who pick up the course know what they are. Um, it's really only one reason, under various guises. Too busy, um, not enjoying the language, too not convenient at this moment. Uh, I want to start at the beginning of the year, whatever. A ton of excuses. However, what we know, truthfully, all of those excuses stem from just one, and that is fear. Fear of replacing the ego with love, replacing the ego with reality, which is synonymous with love. So the ego looks for excuses to save itself. You can't blame the ego. So, for whatever reason, at some time, it sticks. Who knows how long? Maybe it's the first time for you. Maybe for me, it was if I picked up the course in 1993, I didn't actually finish the course completely. Meaning, not that I'm finished now, but meaning that I went all the way through the text and I did all the workbook lessons, 2008 to 2009. And then it was hit and miss again for a while. Although you get through it once, and there is a certain magic that works with you. It is not replaced. Recently, several months ago, in the throes of election season and a war, in a world of warfare, violence, um, the same problems that we hear in 2008 worldwide, and a new series of personal problems appearing in my life called me to re-immerse myself in the course, that I, I wasn't finished. And of course I wasn't finished. I knew I wasn't finished. uh, it doesn't work that way. Forgiveness, forgiving, is a verb. It's continuous because things keep happening. We live in a world of karma, of cause and effect. So we just keep forgiving. There's no end date. It's not even a process. It's just the flow of life. And now we know the purpose. And the purpose, according to verse 5, or section 5 in chapter 30, chapter 30 is entitled The New Beginning, which is apt for this time. The real world is the state of mind in which the only purpose of the world is seen to be forgiveness. Read that again, hopefully a little bit better. The real world is a state of mind in which the only purpose of the world is seen to be forgiveness. Fear is not its goal, for the escape from guilt becomes its aim. The value of forgiveness is perceived and takes the place of idols, which are sought no longer, for their gifts, quotation marks, are not held dear. Of course, the idols are the things of the world that we place importance on: titles, cars, projects, all that stuff. That doesn't mean that that stuff isn't fun or good or even valuable. Calling them an idol simply says that we are focusing so much, we are placing them as false idols in our life, at the expense, for the sake of, the true purpose of the world, which is forgiveness. Why is forgiveness the true purpose of the world? It's a good question. I don't know as I have a good answer, or at least a succinct answer in a short, under 10-minute video. Forgiveness is the purpose of the world because it heals our false belief in being separate. It heals guilt. Guilt is the source of all of our fears. Fears of what we project out into the world, causing our perception of the world to be one of turmoil, warfare, crime, violence, discord, division, politically and otherwise, the mess that we see. Forgiveness brings us back, brings us home. It says here, the real world, the world that we are living here by way of our perception, the world filled with all that stuff I just described, that's not the real world. We can return to the real world. It's a state of mind in which the only purpose is seen through forgiveness. We're healed. Forgiveness heals. Forgiveness returns us to reality. It's pretty amazing. The more we do it, the more we are home. So what St. Catherine of Siena said, all the way to heaven is heaven. Jesus gave us explicit direction. The kingdom of heaven is within. The real world, reality, is heaven. Do you want to discover it? Do you want to rediscover it? Do you want to go home? Forgiveness is the way. It heals the guilt. And the guilt is our belief that we are small, insignificant, little, and separate from the source, with the source being love, with love being synonymous with God. So, all right, guys, that's it for today. We're probably going to work through chapter 30 and 31 for quite some time. So stay tuned. Thank you.